Today's news.
Work toward getting it ended, and as fast as possible. It's a horrible situation.
He spoke to the leaders of Ukraine and Russia today and said the two had agreed to immediately start peace talks. The Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said today no one should expect Ukraine to regain the territory Russia seized in 2014. The BBC's James Waterhouse in Kyiv.
Essentially, Russia's long campaign of aggression into its 12th year has produced a return from Moscow if these American positions do last. We are seeing Donald Trump compliment Vladimir Putin. We've seen that prisoner release, and increasingly Ukraine's going to be thinking, well, what's in it for us? Kyiv is feeling sort of frozen out of discussions about its very future.
Hegseth said any settlement reached should be backed by international troops, but not U.S. forces. The White House lashed out today at the judges who are slowing the president's plans for reducing the size of the federal government. Stacey Lynn reports.
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the court rulings are coming from judicial activists on the bench.
They have issued at least 12 injunctions against this administration, often without citing any evidence or grounds for their lawsuits.
She reiterated what the president has stated.
We will comply with the law in the court, but we will also continue to seek every legal remedy to ultimately overturn these radical injunctions and ensure President Trump's policies can be enacted.
But legal analyst Jessica Levinson says the big question is,
does the president have the power to do what he's doing here?
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Allison Keyes reports medical experts are monitoring outbreaks of measles across the U.S.
In Texas alone, there are at least 24 cases of measles in Gaines County, bordering New Mexico, and at least 9 people have been hospitalized. Dr. Anesh Adalja says the outbreak was preventable.
If those individuals who are not vaccinated, or maybe they're too young to be vaccinated, or their parents have chose not to get them vaccinated.
Another winter storm is piling up snow in the Midwest as it heads to the Northeast, and in the South, severe weather, even as the cleanup continues from the last storm.
It was a heavy wet snow, so there's been a lot of trees down, a lot of power lines down, freezing the power lines.
The latest inflation numbers show prices accelerating. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
Food costs are up by 2.5% from a year ago. Energy is somewhat moderate, only up by 1%.
But the acceleration, she says, is enough to delay more interest rate cuts for the time being. On Wall Street, the Dow finished lower. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 54 degrees in Hayward, California.